All right, so Fisch has dropped some new sneaks showing what the areas of the new update is going to look like, along with if you were playing last night, there were some clues towards where the next update could be, which we're going to check out and kind of decode and figure out exactly where the update is going to be. We don't have a lot of information as to what the update could really be, but let's go ahead and check out the leaks and try to figure it out ourselves. So originally we were sent 3 sneaks, one of them being the emote wheel, another one being some underground area, kind of looking similar to the entrance for Tulu. I don't know, it was like the squid boss when you got into the second sea or something, along with another sneak right here being some lights and the same door from the last sneak showing. So this might be the area towards that door, and it looks like some pool of water. They really want to bring attention to this, bringing lights and everything towards it. So maybe there's something that's going to come out of here that we have to fish up, because everything else over here seems to be like gated up and everything. There seems to be something else around here, but you can't really see it. But obviously all of this takes place underground. How do I know this takes place underground? If you were playing last night, he was giving out some announcements in game while doing some admin events, showing some hints as I think the next update. So he said, okay, the only way to communicate this is via hints, I guess. And then he said, which island has the sea turtle? A lot of players thought he was talking about the Tortuga, which he wasn't. He was talking about Terrapin, which has the gigantic, which is literally the sea turtle island. You know what I mean? He says, head there this weekend. No, it's not Sunstone. Something is hiding below. And if we head over to Terrapin, there are a couple of like hidden passageways. One of the main ones being the Terrapin hideaway right here, which can definitely lead towards an underground area. There also is like a little underground tunnel also. If you come to the side of the island right here and kind of drop down over here, it doesn't really have a purpose. I think this used to be a way for totems, but now it's kind of just like abandoned. I think this is a fishing area, I'm pretty sure, for a certain fish. Yeah, it is the Ohm. So there's that. But besides that, I don't think there's anything else. There is this. This was the entrance for I think C2, or am I tripping, for the Chulu or something, Chulu, which was closed up. So it might be a reopening of this little entrance right here, which should make a lot more sense, giving it a newer purpose. So unless they add a completely new entrance, I feel like one of those entrances would make the most sense for having an entrance or being able to get into the new area. But we did have some word from the owner himself talking about this update, so I'll go ahead and slip that in.
Yeah, if you have any questions. Also, Pluto, did you want to show that leak or did you want me to show it?
I can post it right now.
If you want to, bro, if you want to.
Or you can just show it on here. It's up to you.
I think you show it here first, honestly. Where are you gonna show it here or am I gonna show it here?
I'll let you. It's not letting me turn my screen share on.
Oh, wait, is it because of Goth? Oh, Goth, stop screen sharing,
Oh,
bro.
maybe, yeah.
Right now you're good too.
My bad.
There we go.
I don't know if it's just taking a while to load or not, but it's just great for me. Oh wait, never mind, it's loading. Oh yeah, there it is. So this is a part of the new update that's coming. A lot more that's probably gonna be behind all of this, you know, but you know, it should turn out pretty cool. I like a lot of it. A lot of thought went into it, but a lot of you are happy with how it looks, it seems. I mean, like, if Pluto's building it, it's always gonna look good. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's just always how it turns out. Well deserved glaze, bro. I'm just gonna be completely honest. Okay, Cthulhu died with the second seed, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, but we'll see. We'll see how this all goes out. There's a lot of interesting things that are gonna be behind this update. W Rich laugh. Like, what the f does that even mean?
You laugh like a rich person, Nick. Didn't hear it?
This game didn't even make me rich, bro. Oh yeah, also, I'm gonna mention that right now, even though it's not part of the Q&A. Some people think that I was trying to like playtime farm because of the Fabulous Rod quest and stuff like that. And I remember, you know, like some people are a little unhappy with how I reacted to that. I just don't gain money from the game like people think I do. I get paid a flat rate to work on this game. I don't really stand to gains from stuff like that. I don't gain from you guys buying things like that. It's just, I just get paid to work on the game. It's as simple as that. I just work on it like the way I do because I love the game. Now, sometimes it's frustrating working on it because, you know, it's tough times. You know, I got to balance things. Got to stay up all night a lot of the times, but it is what it is. I love the core of this game, and I'll love it a lot more once all these changes go through because I'll be honest, it's hard to love the game in its current state. But I can promise you guys this game will be a lot more enjoyable the next few weeks. I can guarantee you that. It'll come out. It'll be a little bit interesting. It'll be a very, very new in some ways, but I know for a fact it'll end off a lot better. That's for sure. For anyone who can't see it, I guess we can just post it in leaks as well, because I mean, we've shown everyone here. It's not that big of a deal. Any plan to change War of the Depths? Yeah, definitely. I mean, like, more so, I'd rather just like, again, with the balancing changes I'm talking about for like deflating the economy and whatnot, it'll naturally become a viable option again. Like everyone will be able to use that rod again for any reason, right? Well, maybe not like the very end game people, but you know, like the mid game people, it'll become a relevant option again for progression. Even just in general, I'd like for most rods to be viable in some way, just even if they're worse for money making or catching fish in general. I think they should always have a purpose if possible. And black markets. Okay, so once all of the deflation, all those changes go through for balancing, the black market will be very cheap. It won't be expensive anymore. It's not going to have stupid prices. But I do need to run it one time with the previous old prices of the rods just to clear out the economy once the balancing has been done. It does need to happen one time. Beyond that, everything in there is going to be... It's not going to be stupid to grind for. It'll be normal. It'll be normal prices. It won't be like dirt cheap, but it won't be anywhere near what it currently is. Like, we're not looking at like 50 million plus items. It's going to be much lower than that, generally speaking, because again, the economy will be completely different by that time.
So if you're interested in anything in that video, it is on my video. It was a 2-hour Q&A with a lot of interesting stuff. There are timestamps on the video now, along with a more simplified version uploaded right after that one. So there's a whole lot of changes coming to Fish. Some of you guys already know, like, things are being changed back, like Aurora prices, Aurora totems being back to their original price, a lot of quality of life like that, along with new stuff being added, like auto appraisal, auto best equip your best aquarium fish, stuff like that. Things to make it a lot easier on players, and the black market making highly wanted things obtainable, kinda. So they're going to be adding the black market stuff back again for players who really want to obtain that after everything is fixed. So there's a whole lot of amazing stuff being added like that, along with the update itself being added. So there's a whole lot being added to the point where the update wasn't even talked about. You know what I mean? So we are starting to get little leaks and hints of it now, and of course we're going to be talking about it. But honestly, this update is going to be very, very exciting, especially if they add a lot of the new stuff that they've been talking about in polls. I feel like that on top with the update, this might be little game changing, you know what I mean? Along with, we don't even know what's being added to the update really, so that could be very exciting by itself. I'm hoping for something a little more creative, like, I don't know, like spearfishing. You know what I'm saying? Like something like that, you know. We could be getting something like spearfishing. Actually, I'll go ahead and put in my my talk about spearfishing and implementing spearfishing real quick.
Spearfishing expansion. So this is one that Uno particularly wanted me to bring up as well. I don't know if he wants to come up here. I don't know if I can find them or not, but very firm on the spearfishing being expanded on. I found them. Here we go. All right. I am personally against expanding too far on it. I think it should be a minor feature because it's not the base fishing mechanic. I think bringing in a brand new mechanic entirely for fishing, it's no matter what, if it's viable at all, it's going to compete with fishing with normal rods. And I know for a fact a lot of people just didn't like the idea of that being a concern, right? Like, where spearfishing might overtake normal fishing, because, you know, we all want the base mechanic to be the main way of fishing in this game. That's just how it is, right? I could potentially see it being changed, but I don't want it to be like a main mechanic, in my opinion. I think stuff like crab cages is cool because, I mean, it's not really a new mechanic. It's just, you know, placing it down, see what you get. That's different, I guess. Because, I mean, you know, for example, like with lobster fishing as well, that was a new mechanic. But even if it's done right, I feel like no matter what, it's going to come off-putting. Let me know how you feel there, Uno, if you have anything to say about that.
I'm going to give my presentation now. So
Okay.
it doesn't, I'm not thinking like it mainly has to be competing with rods, but I think some sort of additional way of fishing, because I mean, it's a fishing game. The only way of fishing being spearfishing rods is kind of, at some point it's going to get boring. You get what I mean? So eventually adding some type of underwater exploration and making spearfishing in addition to that, and slowly advancing it throughout updates and evolving it throughout updates would be I feel like it would do numbers for the game and take the game a lot further. But it doesn't have to compete mainly with rods, and it would also give you a chance to give rods a break and, you know, focus more on spearfishing and kind of preserve the value of rods itself. And I seen you saying like some people really don't like it, but I haven't seen that myself. I haven't seen anybody say they don't want spearfishing. Okay, I'm being cooked. Wait, am I? No, I'm not. I don't know.
Nah, it's nothing crazy. Look, here's the thing, right? Okay, so is the main point that you're trying to get at, though, like, you want it to be a break for rods, or is it also just everything else as well, or is it mainly just the rod thing?
Everything, to be honest. All of the above.
Well, I mean, because in regards to the giving the rods a break, I feel like that the bigger thing for that is spacing out the updates, like I said, and making sure that the actual content updates, like rods and shit like that, are on the major updates and stuff like that. Maybe here and there, every now and then, for a minor update if needed. But realistically speaking, focusing that on the bigger updates, I feel like that's more of targeting the issue more than, you know, targeting spears and whatnot.
Of course.
That's how I feel about it. But as for expanding on it, just expand on it. I mean, how much would you guys be interested in expanding on that? Would you guys rather more like mainline content, you know, like the bigger updates, stuff like that? Or would you rather more focus on spearfishing? You say
obviously,
yes for the major updates, no for spearfishing, I guess. I don't know, just make it easy.
Obviously, I'm giving like a rough draft. It doesn't have to be exactly how I'm saying, but some type of like something being added like that would be nice.
I mean, I can definitely like make it like better, but also I don't really think either one of us have a very clear vision on how to do that without it being. Because here's the thing, right? The reason why it's extremely simple as well is because there's mobile players, console players, alongside the PC players. And if you make it way too interactive or different or advanced, it's going to be almost impossible for mobile players. Because again, you have to think about the mobile and console players a lot. Because it's going to be a lot harder for them no matter what. So for example, like, you guys think it's like crazy direct, like you have to click on shit over your screen and shit like that, or like fight back. You have to really consider those other platforms because a lot of the player base is on those other platforms. So it's like, you know, fishing, you can do it on anything. It's all the same. You know, you're just clicking a button. You know, it's nothing too crazy, which is why spearfishing is also just clicking a button. It's very simple. Now you have to stop sometimes so that makes sure you don't lose the fish, but that's why it is what it is.
I feel like with enough time, I could probably like give you a good presentation or something. But like, you know what? It could be, you could like add it in a way where you seen that like Assassin's Creed video I sent you where it's like you do it on a boat, or maybe you reel in fish with like something like that, or maybe you spear fish with a boat or something like that, you know. But you know, you get what I'm trying to say. But making it a way where
you can go ahead and think on it, bro, by all means. But I mean, I just can't guarantee anything because I mean, as of so far, I just don't think it's worth investing too much, at least in my opinion.
But I mean, it's a fishing game, so I think there should be more than one way of fishing. I seen like I low-key I didn't even peep with like lobster cages were, but I seen a lot of people didn't like that. But you know, crab cages are nice. Something a little more would be cool.
I think variety is always good. I just think it needs to be very simple variety if it's not going to be fishing.
Low-key, that the fact that you said mobile players and everything, that's making me think on it a lot more. Yeah.
I mean, yeah, you don't play Assassin's Creed on mobile, right? That's
I mean, they got some mobile Assassin's Creed games. But yeah.
Yeah, but some games aren't meant to be on mobile, I'm not gonna lie.
So yeah, I have been working in the background, kind of generating some ideas that would be more simple for spearfishing. Definitely my main way of thinking on it is going to be on a boat, which would be much simpler for mobile players, PC players, Xbox players, whatever, or console players, because most of these games are usually console. So it's very similar to like mobile controls, I guess, or I feel like if you were to migrate it to or control or iPhone, it would be about the same. So yeah, I'm definitely going to be working on that, seeing if I can generate an idea good enough for it to be added in the game. But obviously there's no guarantees. But if it ever is planned to be added, they could definitely go through my slide of ideas and maybe generate some type of rough draft idea from whatever I've been gathering. So yeah, that's definitely my plan. And yeah, we're going to be seeing a lot of changes in fish. Hopefully one day we see spearfishing. And if you guys want this to be a thing, definitely make it like a known thing, along with generating some good ideas for it. If you want to go on my Discord, I have an area for that. Or if you want to go in the fish area, throw it straight to Nick. Whatever will be cool. But can't wait for all these changes.